So what do you do if you buy way too many Snickers for Halloween? That's right. Well, I'm going to make some Snickers Rice Krispies, and I think they're going to be really delicious. So we're going to start by cutting up a bunch of these. So I guess we better take them out of the paper first. What's your favorite Halloween candy? You know, that's an important thing. When you go to buy your Halloween candy for trick-or-treaters, make sure you buy one that you like, because boy, if that weather is nasty or something, you're going to be eating it yourself, and you don't want to be eating too many of them sweet tarts or dum-dums. You know what I'm saying. So we're going to go ahead and get these guys out of the wrappers, and we're going to get them out of the wrappers, and we're going to cut them up into pieces like so, and throw those into a bowl so that we'll be ready. Alrighty, let's start by adding in about 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and we're going to also add in as many Snickers cut up as you'd like, and we're going to melt those all down together. Now you want to make sure to keep stirring this because you don't want that to burn. Once you've got that all melted down, you want to add in your marshmallows and stir those in until they're all melted. Once you've got all of your marshmallows all melted down together, now we're going to add in our Rice Krispies and stir those on in and make sure they all get coated equally. Alrighty, now take your pan and line it with parchment paper, or if you prefer, you can just butter your pan. And go ahead and just try to fit it on in there. Now we're going to take our Rice Krispie mixture, and we're going to go ahead and just put this all right on in. Make sure you get it all. This is going to be so good, and if you didn't know, one of Megan's favorite candies happens to be Snickers. So I hope she's not disappointed that I'm using some of the Snickers for this. So you're going to go ahead and put this in here, and you want to spread it out evenly and make sure that you pack it in really well. You want to make sure you pack this down because we want these to be really nice tight bars. Now I've melted down enough milk chocolate that should cover the top. And we're going to smooth it out and put a nice layer over the top. And just like this. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. So it's going to be just like a Snickers bar would be. You know, this might be a good way if someone's trying to stretch their candy budget. You know, you could make these and kind of have them as a little like Snickers substitute. And just a tip, by the way, you want to make sure your marshmallows are fresh when you're doing this. If you don't use fresh marshmallows, sometimes they're not going to melt down beautifully for you. They're just going to kind of turn into like, you know, like a big glob. I'm not quite sure why and how that happens, but from personal experience, I know that does happen. All right, now this is looking perfect. Kind of looking like a candy bar. Now we want to slice up a couple more of these little candy bars and put them on like so. This is going to be so yummy. I think Meg's going to love this one. Let's hope, right? Fingers crossed. She can be a little bit of a critic, but you know, she's a good sport about it. She does usually try everything I make. And some things she loves, and some things she doesn't. But there we go. Now we're going to let this set up for, just for a couple of hours. And then we're going to give them a slice. And then we're going to, who's ready for a good old Snicker? Me! Alrighty now. Let's see how these came out. What do you think? I'm going to give you a piece. There we go. I think these are going to be yum. I'm thinking. All right, let me cut some up here. Might be a little hard to cut because I just took them out of the fridge. I put them in there so they could harden quicker, but they're probably going to be a little bit hard. But I'm going to cut these up. Maybe I need a sharper knife. Oh, there we go. That's what's. All right. Like that. All right. There we go. Alrighty, I think we're going to give these a little tasty taste. These are going to be quite delicious, I think.